Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing the K3 visa, and we're specifically discussing a question that comes up rather frequently for folks who are applying for a K3 visa, I should say from the petitioners for a K3 visa, that's the American citizen spouse. Should I be at the interview? And this video is going to take a rather Bangkok, Thailand-centric view on this, as we are based, in Bangkok, Thailand, but we also deal with cases out of Phnom Penh, Cambodia, Vientiane, Laos. Before the travel ban, we dealt with cases out of Myanmar, Malaysia from time to time, Vietnam and Singapore not infrequently. We deal with Southeast Asia just as a whole, but this video is going to be very Thailand specific, but it generally applies throughout the world. Again, different embassies do things differently. Meanwhile, even different embassies in Southeast Asia do things somewhat differently, but the overall concepts in this video are going to pretty well apply across the board, sort of in broad strokes, for lack of a better term. The short answer to the question, should I be at the interview, is no, because you're probably not allowed to be there for security reasons. I'll get to that in a minute. The other reason is, it's probably not even a good idea at all, because in my opinion, I have seen situations where, now this was some time ago, but where an American sort of, for lack of a better term, kind of, I don't want to say forced their way, but kind of insisted on being in an interview, and this was during previous security rules at this embassy, I should say. And it oftentimes results in a situation that's really more negative for the couple because, for example, I've seen where they basically put someone through what's called a Stokes interview, where they basically grill them about, the ins and outs of their relationship, etc. And frankly, it's not something you want to be put through. Now, I'm not going to go so far as to say the interview isn't a detail-oriented process. The consular officer is making an adjudication about the issuance of an immigrant or a non-immigrant visa in the case of the K3, but it is a visa with immigrant intent. So for all intents and purposes, they treat it as if it was an immigrant visa. That adjudicating consular officer is going to be asking questions about the applicant. But at the same time, you sort of want to move the case through as efficiently as you can, and having the American citizen on hand can kind of gum up the works, for lack of a better term. On top of that, security protocol just simply doesn't allow the American citizen to be at the interview. At least specifically here in Bangkok, it's been my experience over the past number of years that that's been the case. And this is where we kind of get into something that I've seen a bunch of fake lawyers out there saying, oh, a lawyer can't even show up at the interview with the fiance. Well, strictly speaking, as a general rule, that is correct. But if there is a problem in the case, an attorney is the appearing attorney. They are representing the applicant and the petitioner. And in cases involving extenuating circumstances or something that needed clarification, yes, I've interacted with the embassy frequently. Now, does it happen very often? Often's the wrong word, but it does happen from time to time. Now, if it's something really complex, and I haven't had one of these in a little while, but if it's something really complex, an appointment may be made to go down to the embassy to deal with them directly with respect to getting a visa or dealing with the specific issue associated with getting the visa. But the long story short, and what to take away from this video is, as a general matter, no, you're not going to be present, or it's not going to be advisable to be present at the interview. You probably won't even be allowed in due to security. And if there is something that would require the American citizen's presence, probably not a terrible idea to get some legal professional assistance, someone who deals with U.S. immigration frequently, someone who deals with consular processing frequently, because you're probably sort of out in a situation that is atypical. And in situations in immigration that are atypical, it can lead to a lot of consternation and frustration because there could be problems in the case. So the thing to take away from this video, as a general rule, 9 times out of 10, no. But if they are requesting American citizen presence, or they need further clarification that requires further presence, may not be a terrible idea to retain a legal professional in order to ascertain exactly what needs to happen to get the visa process through.